good morning guys, Dave from Pegasus. This is second attempt at this video. I've just had some late non-runners in the field, and yeah, I had to flick it off and start re-recording. Just had to do some maths, do some sums in the background to make sure I'm still okay to place these bets. So right, Grand National Day then. So I'm quite happy with the positions I've got on the National already. I won't be putting out any more selections, that's for sure. We'll go through that race in a minute. I've got four selections as things stand at the minute, unless any of them get pulled in the other races. We'll start off with the first one. That's in the 20 past 1 at Aintree. This one stands out a mile on my figures. Active authority. So it ran in the Martin Pipe last month at Cheltenham. Anybody who watched that race, you couldn't help to be impressed. Look, the winner was impressive that day for sure, but the runner-up, the ground that he made up in the time that he made that ground up was eye-catching. Some decent sort of final sectionals in that race, and yeah, was staying on quite powerfully at the finish. That was over 2 mile 4.5 at Cheltenham, up to 3 mile here. Yeah, I just think it's got a cracking shout. It's 11-12. It's got Lewis Saunders taking £7 off. Phenomenal value for that claim, especially over hurdles. I think it's got a 22% strike rate over hurdles. That's win strike rate, and yeah, plenty of placed efforts in amongst that as well to enhance that a little bit more. We're going with the recent non-runners. It was up at 7 to 1, 15 to 2. Jericho de Repene got pulled out. It's not updated on here yet. But let's just give this a quick refresh. Yeah, look, I'm going for straight win. Still going to keep the same stake, so 2 points, but straight win in this. If you can get the 6 to 1 with Hills, grab that. There's bits and bobs of 11 to 2 around with Paddy and Betfair and BetMGM. I'll take the 11 to 2. I think that's fair enough. 2 point win, Active Authority. Okay, next race is in the 155. Now, again, the Lamber's just been pulled out, so that's massively affected this market. However, I still think Miami Magic is a half decent bet, especially with the Lamber just being pulled out now. I think you're getting bits and bobs of 9 to 1 here. 10 to 1's a standout with BetMGM. I'm happy with 9 to 1 here. Get that with 365, Bet Victor, Unibet, Boyle Sports, etc. So that MGM, that 10 to 1's just been pulled. I'm happy with that. Half a point each way at 9 to 1. Miami Magic. Where do we go? We're going in the 230 for the third selection. I really like Richmond Lake here. Now, Imperial Saint, a bit of an Aintree specialist. I expect that to be there or thereabouts, but I do think it's a little bit short, up to 3 mile 1 here. Richmond Lake, we've backed this before. Or did we back it? I've definitely highlighted this before. I'm pretty sure it was at, I'm gonna say Haydock. Um, let's have a look. Where was it? Yeah, it was. It was in this race. Did the dosage scoring for it, and it scored quite highly. Now I think it's ran creditably over this distance. That run at Haydock was decent. This run at Uttoxeter showed promise as well. Didn't fare very well in the Ultima. Was pulled up in that. Wasn't well fancied. I think Aintree's going to suit. I think the better ground will suit as well. And yeah, bit of a flatter track. I think he's going to be competitive. Let's get on to the price. So yeah, we're getting a decent price about this one. And as I say, I really do like it. So I'm going to say a point each way on Richmond Lake. As I say, I could give mentions to a fair few in there, but yeah, I really do like the chances of this one. It stands out to me on paper anyway, and I actually think it probably should be nearer single figures, um, about 17 to 2, 9 to 1 on my tissue odds. So I'm happy with a point each way, Richmond Lake. Okay, finally, in fact, we'll have a look at the other races. This was one I've toyed over, the Aintree hurdle or Liverpool hurdle. Um, yeah, you know what, Jatara. It was a little bit thingy for me when I flicked it on this morning because this has been backed in. It was as big as 50s last night. And yeah, I said to one of the other guys on this platform, I was messaging him, and I said I was toying with Jatara, just getting the £7 mare's allowance. I don't think she's classy enough to win this by rights, or she shouldn't be. But um, yeah, she's got some decent form in the book against the likes of where are we here? Ballyburn. This form with Dancing City is decent as well. Grade ones, both of those. She's won both times. She's been sent at around this distance, a 2 mile 7 here in this listed mares, and she won the Grade Two at Doncaster. This wasn't a particularly strong Grade Two, but and she ran well enough last month against Lossiemouth as well over inadequate trip. 3 miles is what she wants, possibly a bit further. And yeah, this I thought that she had a sporting chance of at least a place. I can't back her now, definitely not now. The price is what it is. Hidden Valley Lake was another one. It's not being fancied. That's drifted from 14s what it was last night, but I thought that was a fair price last night. To be honest, third in the race last year, I think. I'm going to say third. Yeah, she was. He was third. Sorry, last year. And Teahupoo, you know what? This might be the best price we see this horse for a while, but I thought it had a hard enough race at Cheltenham. And if you actually look for its form, it tends to perform a little bit better when it's had a bit of a longer break. Now it could go and piss up in this. Um, it should do really on ratings, but yeah, I was just a little bit off put by that. Yeah, look, Jatara's clipped in more than half in price, so yeah, it was one I toyed over, but I left alone. Right, Grand National, what are we on? So we had two anti-post bets put out the other week, which was Beauport at 33 to 1. We're getting best price 25s now. It's 22s in a lot of places, etc. We had Meeting of the Waters, which was put out, I think it was standout price 25s, but I took 20s at the time for the channel. I'm happy enough with both those bets. I really do like Beauport, to be honest, but I'm happy enough with both those bets. And then we put one out yesterday. Now I thought this would get clicked in. To be fair, where are we? Uh, Duffel coat. So it has come in a little bit, but I had a bit on the exchange in the win market, and yeah, I just thought this Cheltenham win last month was super promising. It wasn't his fault he got brought down. Was running off top weight that day and was running a really good race over 3 miles 6. And yeah, look, if it can get competitive here, I don't think it's going to be wanting for stamina. It's a decent jumper on the whole. I think it's got a sporting chance. Got put it out as sort of 50 to 1 yesterday. 66s in places, but yeah, look, I'm happy with the three positions I've got on. I was sort of tempted a couple of weeks ago with intense raffles, Iroku as well. It's this 7-year-old stat that there's only been one 7-year-old, and that was a couple of years ago. In the last 80 odd years, that's won the Grand National. So it's really quite a restrictive statistic, if you like. Now training methods have evolved and everything else. So you know what, going forward, um, it might not be as bad a stat, if you like, but it's as much as they've changed the race and they've made it a bit easier. Look, this is still a tough race. Make no mistake, 34 runners. It's tough, and experience can count for a lot. So that was enough to put me off, and hence why I was looking for something at a bit of a bigger price. And that's where Duffel Coat came in yesterday. But look, loads of different tipsters. There'll be loads of people firing out their own thoughts. Everybody seems to have a different thought on the national, which is great because that's really, it's one of those races where anything can happen. Uh, what there was another one, and I get Manila Kakuno. I thought was interesting, but as I say, I'm happy with the positions that I've got. So best of luck to anybody or everybody who's having a bet in the national, whatever you're on. It's going to be a really good race. I'm looking forward to it. Okay, the 5 o'clock. I thought Caliph de Burle was the one in this, but yeah, I'm happy to have this as a watching brief. To be fair, but yeah, if I was having a bet, I would be backing Caliph de Burle in this. Okay, our final bet then. So yeah, in the national hunt flat race, it really, yeah, top end of the market's really interesting. I liked this scope to improve originally. I had it between scope to improve and destination Dubai, and yeah, I almost split my stake, but I've decided to stick with destination Dubai in this. And yeah, look, winning form, missing Cheltenham, all those things are great stats coming into this race. Was running in point to points, switched from that to rules, has won its last two national hunts, switched from Alistair Ralph as well. I'm not even going to David Killahino, and I know Graham McPherson, but yeah, these. No, I hope I haven't murdered David's name there, but yeah, won nicely at Warwick. Didn't win by far. It's not the most flashy looking profile, but there's plenty of trends that fit this horse. And yeah, I think the best is still to come. So I thought this was interesting at a price. But yeah, look, this is a tough enough race. This is a one that sort of marginally stood out on my figures. Scope to improve is one that, if it goes and wins, I'll be perhaps a little bit disappointed, but it's the break. It's 110 days. It just puts me off that horse a little bit. But I wouldn't be surprised with a big run, to be fair. But destination Dubai for me, what price are we looking at? Yeah, 14 to ones I'm happy with. You're getting a couple of 16 to ones around. I've known, in fact, there's plenty of 16 to ones around. I was going to say 14s. In fact, I will. Just there's more than sort of three bookies at 16s, but yeah, I'll take 14s for the channel. And yeah, I'm going to say half a point each way on that as well. So that's it for today, guys. Actor Authority, 2 point win. Miami Magic, 0 0.5 points each way. Richmond Lake, a point each way. And Destination Dubai, half a point each way. And then we've got our bets in the national as well. Look, best of luck with your bets today, boys. Best of luck if you follow me in. I'll catch you if there's anything tomorrow, either tonight or tomorrow morning. Thanks for watching.